The world was spinning and passing me by. I was fooled by the desires of my mind. Then I went running and out of control, ignoring all the things the good book told me. Now I'm here to testify that you never...
As I'm booking flights and preparing for travel, for Jason Overstreet and Tim, I'm pretty much looking for window seats because they like to sleep a little bit and lean against the side of the plane. For Jason McKinney and myself, I'm looking for aisles. My legs are a bit long, and so I don't fit in the middle seat or the window seat as much, so it's nice to stretch out a little bit. Jason McKinney just has the world's smallest bladder, and so he's pretty much looking for a quick escape. As for Mini Tim, he's pretty much cool in the overhead compartments. He doesn't need much room because he's little. Yeah.
Oh, well, I tell you what, Pierce is I don't know. He feels bad because I'm bigger than him, and you know, I'm stronger than him, and you know, he's such a little guy. You know, so I try not to tease him too much about it, you know, because nobody wants to be teased because they're short.
When I first met Pierce, we just fell in love with his personality. He's just such a relaxed, funny guy to be around. It's just, everything's just fun to him. It's like a big kid. And one of the comments that I heard from him pretty early on is that there's nothing that really embarrasses him. He just never really gets embarrassed about anything. So I would say that after knowing him for about 4 years, that's pretty true, except for one time when we were in Texas at a college and singing in a gymnasium to these college kids. And we were singing the song, Mary Did You Know? It was about Christmas time, so we were singing Christmas songs. Well, Mary Did You Know, there's about 3 verses to it, and every verse starts with the line, Mary Did You Know? Well, we got to about the 3rd verse, and somehow he just lost the words and started somewhere in the 1st verse again. And the other 3 of us followed him back to that spot, and he sang all the way through the song again, got to the same spot, and jumped back again to the 1st verse. After 2 or 3 times back, we just wondered if the song was ever going to end. You know, 5, 6, 7 minutes later, we're still singing Mary Did You Know, which is only supposed to be about a 2-minute song. And the kids seemed to be enjoying it, so he just kept going. And I think at one point he audibly laughed in the middle of one of the lines, and that kind of threw us. But we just kept following him, and finally he found his way to the end of the song and finished the song. And afterwards, we asked the kids if they really liked Mary Did You Know, and they had no clue that anything had happened. But I think that's about the only time I've ever seen Jason Pierce visibly get red. Yeah, I think for once he was actually embarrassed.
Some things that we plan pranks-wise take a little bit more time, a little bit more planning. Tim and I have met months in advance. We'll brainstorm the trip, find out when it's going to be. We'll put out charts, graphs, bring in computers, even talk with experts, people that have, you know, are in the pranking business, just to get a real heads up on how we should pull these. We're both in 2 different rooms. Jason Overstreet and I in one, Luke and Tim in another. And there was balconies that adjoined the rooms. And Jason Overstreet, we walk in the room and he said, "I don't care how you do it, just call him and get him out onto the balcony." So I called up Tim.
Mac calls me up on our phone in the room, and he's all, "Dude, you got to check this car out outside." Their room was right next to ours, by the way. "And you got to check this car out. This car is great. It's like this Jag, and it's got neon lights underneath it and in it and all that."
And meanwhile, Jason was filling up one of those ice buckets of water. And Tim is very gullible. Pretty much anything I've ever told him, no matter how far-fetched, he believes at first.
I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Huh?" You know, so me, I'm like, "Okay." And I go right to the window. As soon as I open up the window to the balcony.
He didn't even say goodbye. He just came running out, and Jason Overstreet was already on the balcony with a full thing of water. And actually, not only Tim came out, but Luke, the sound guy, at one time.
Right when I step out on the balcony, here's Over around the corner of the balcony with a huge bucket of water, splash right in the face, and I totally got soaked.
And just absolutely drenched him with water. So we do stuff like that on the road all the time. Actually, I do stuff like that on the road all the time, and pretty soon it's probably all going to catch up to me, and they're going to start pranking me, but that hasn't happened yet.
Now I'm here to shout it out. You never gave up on me. I'm so excited, 'cause I've been saved by the love of God. Reunited. Why would I go? Why would I fall? No one, nowhere can tear me away from the love of God. We're so excited. Where could I go? Ain't it amazing how He turns your life around? There's just no doubt about it. I was lost, but now I'm found. So excited, 'cause I've been saved by the love of God. Reunited. So excited, 'cause I've been saved by the love of God. Reunited. Why would I go? Why would I go? No one, nowhere can tear me away from the love of God. So excited. Well, I am so excited, yeah. So excited. Ain't it amazing? Ain't it amazing? Yeah. So excited. We're all gonna be reunited. Yeah. No one can take that away. So excited. I'm so excited.